Hey y'all, today I'm going to be telling you how to take the carburetor off a 17 horse Bridget Stratton lawnmower motor. Let's get into it. Guys, so now I'm going to show you how to take the carburetor off of a Bridget Stratton lawnmower motor. All you're going to have to do is take your fuel line off and tuck it inside your gas tank just like that. Now you're going to unplug this and then unscrew your bowl, which has gas in it. So you're gonna put that somewhere safe. Now you're gonna take your socket. If you don't have sockets, you can use channel locks, you know, anything that can grab a bolt. So now you're just gonna loosen these bolts off. Take them off, not loosen them. Then you're gonna have one more right here. Sorry, I can't really put that camera angle for y'all. This one's gonna be the harder one to get off. So you basically just want to use your socket or your tool as long as you can until it comes completely off. So now you're just going to remove this part. Once again, set it somewhere safe where it won't get dirty. Now you're going to take a 8mm socket and connect it. Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this. Alright, now you're going to take these bolts off, which these bolts won't be as big as an issue as the other ones. See, like they already are loose for the most part. Well, I've also taken this carburetor off before. So you're just going to take off. There's two of these. There's one right there and then one on the other side. Alright, so now I'm going to have to prop y'all up right on. A good place to prop y'all up right here. Alright, so you're just going to take this and unscrew it. I thought my camera fell. Back to what I was doing. So now you're just going to unscrew your carburetor as much as you can with your hands. Unscrew just like this. Then you should have two of these. Set them in a safe area. You can't say that enough, I promise you. So once you take this off, you're going to take off these little cords. This one goes on the outside, so it goes right on this hole that I'm pointing at right here. And once you take that off, you can kind of just pull it out. And I'll show you how to reinstall that here in just a second. Sorry, I'm trying to record on an iPhone and it ain't working. So, that's what I was doing. You're going to take this little cord off. This is more important than you think it is. Now you're going to just simply take this and just pull it off of that. Oops, so now you have your carburetor off. All your wires are sitting right there. Alright guys, so now you just gotta take these bolts out. I already took one out. So now you just gotta take out this bolt right here. So once you do that, they're usually a lot harder to get off. So now you should have two of those, and then once you take this off, there'll be a spring. Make sure you don't lose the spring. Alright, so now you're just gonna take out this pin right here. And once you remove that, Don't lose that either. Don't let any of this get dirty. Now this float should come off. This, I'll show you how to reinstall that on the float here just a second. So now that you have your carburetor taken apart, you take your carb cleaner and you want to spray it in all these little holes. Hold on. Alright. You want to literally hit everything you possibly can. You don't want to get carb cleaner on anything but your carburetor, pretty much. So now you're going to take it and just spray your carburetor with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna spray in the jets all over the place. So there's a hole right here. You want to get it inside this hole. So like that, my jets are clean. So now you're going to take it and you're going to go through every single one of these little holes right here. Alright, so now that I've done all that, you're going to take your float and take this. There'll be a little groove right. There's a little groove right here, and you're just gonna slip it right in there. So now all you gotta do is take it and put that black thing inside your float, inside that little hole. So now you're just gonna take your needle, or whatever you want to call this little pole thing, to where your float can move up and down freely. So your seal should be on there evenly. It might want to come off, it might not. You know, you don't really know. So you got to fit your spring back in between those. Make sure you line up your holes perfectly. And then screw it back in. You just want to do both of these as tight as you possibly can. So once you get them tight, it should work, and it most likely will. So you want, this should move freely, this should move freely, and that should just pop back by itself, just like this. Alright, so now what you're going to do is, I'm going to show you how to reinstall it now. So now you're going to want to take this rod, make sure you hook it underneath on that last hole, just like I said. Now you're going to want to put it through that hole right there. So it may seem like there's going to be, you're probably like, oh, there's more to it, I'm going to be honest with you, there's really not. So now you want to take this other rod right here. Alright. And you're going to feed it through right here. And you're going to take this little one. This little one's easier to hook. So you're just going to flip it right through there. So now you're going to take your longer bolts, these, and you're going to feed them through. And make sure they screw in. Try not to cross thread it, because cross threading leads to further damage and more nonsense like that. So now you're going to take your other one, so you should have two still. If you only have one, you did something wrong. So now you're going to use your 8mm one more time, and you're going to tighten them down. Just like so. So just like that, they're tight. Now you want to take your, sorry, my 2 pieces fell off my table. So now you're gonna take this, and it's gonna be your air filter connector. I guess that's what you would call it. So now you're gonna feed these nuts on like this. They should be tight, but you're gonna do this by hand first. Now once you get done doing it by hand, you're gonna take your 11mm socket and just tighten it down as much as you can. Not too tight, because you might crack it like I did. And that's because I did it with a torque gun. Highly unsuggested. You don't want there to be any gap. Alright, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bottom screw thing, and you're gonna feed it through that hole. Now once you do that, you should be able to thread it on in there. Alright, I'll start with the inconvenience. I had to get it in there. I couldn't get it in there. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Now you plug in this cord right here at the bottom, which I accidentally just cracked mine earlier. Okay. So now you're gonna take your fuel line, and I would say put some fuel in it real fast. Alright, so now that's got a little bit of fuel in it. You're just gonna go ahead and connect that. Alright, so now you're gonna take your channel locks, or you can do it by hand. I'm just doing it with channel locks because I can't use my fingers right now. I'm too busy talking to you all. Alright, now you're gonna take it and you're just gonna run it up about to right there. See if that's not going anywhere, and just like that, you're done. Y'all have a good day.